Right, you guys, make sure you like this video and subscribe to Mike's, okay? Make sure. If you don't subscribe to Mike, you're gonna have a fat forehead and a big hairline.
Boom, I'm with the guy Max inside. Subscribe to him, make sure you do still. Best content coming out. You know how it is.
Hello and welcome back to another video, people. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Make sure you're smashing the likes and subscribing if you are new. Yeah, today I had to do a what we learned video because I was going to do a fan cam straight after, but it was like 2-3 in the morning by the time the game ended, so there was kind of no point. But obviously I did a watch along yesterday, so big up to everyone that tuned in for that watch along. And I learned a few things from that game. I learned a few things that were negative and positive from that game. But I say learned a few things. What I learned is that I've learned nothing, if that makes sense. It's because, well, what I've learned is that the team, the manager, the players have learned nothing. And the reason why I say that is because when I saw the lineup, I'm seeing a 5-3-2, three midfielders that can't pass the ball again. If I have to see this for the third manager in a row in another season, I'm going to go crazy. I've had to see this under Lopetegui. I've had to see this under David Moyes. I am sick and tired of it. And especially when you have other options there as well. I know it's only preseason. I know it's about minutes and stuff. But there was no second team. So there was nothing to look forward to until like the 70th minute. And that was a big problem. That was a big problem. I don't want to hear any more excuses for midfielders in this team now. I don't want to hear any more excuses. I don't want to hear anyone defending any midfielder that we have unless their name is Lucas Paquetá, because I understand his qualities to this team. And I understand if you think Souček will be a good squad player, but that man cannot start. Your strengths don't overcome your deficiencies. You can't start, but you can play a part because you're somewhat competent, and in space he did well for the goal. But it comes to a point, guys, where we're talking about Preston Fearon, a man who I've watched only a couple of times in the under-21s. Only a couple of times. Never really stood out to me. But in this game he did. Him and Freddie Potts and Paquetá, I'm sorry, they're the best midfielders for this system. They are. George Earthy would be better for this system. Lewis Orford is better for this system. Not trying to hear it. I'm not a kind of person, by the way, that's just like, you know what, just play the kids. Just play the kids. Who cares? Just play the kids. I'm not even that kind of person. I'm not. I never have been and I never will be. But when they're good enough and when they're better than what we have, and especially for a team that doesn't want to be that ambitious and invest, we need to play the children, bruv. We've got kids. We've got kids. No more pregnancies. We've got kids. Just play them. Just play them. Because they are good enough. I need to see what team is going to be lined up against Everton as well, because here's another problem I have. We need to stop doing this 5 defender nonsense. If you're going to play a 3, play it in possession and play an extra attacker, whether it's Guilherme right wing back or whatever it is. Play an extra attacker, for the love of God. This doesn't work. It doesn't work. The structure actually does work in defensive wise. It's just the problem is that actual players themselves make too many errors. Naya Faged is shit. Max Kilman is very wishy-washy, where he only works specifically on the wide area of a back 3. He only works in a wide area of a back 3. Tadibo is a really good player. Did well. But I think he'd be more beneficial in the middle of a back 3, even though he can defend wide areas really well. Because it puts less pressure on the guy to carry the ball forward. And the problem is with what we do in this back 3 is we allow our wide defenders to carry the ball. And then our wing backs just stay to go short to then pass it backwards. To then pass it to midfielders who like to pass it backwards. Rodriguez had a horrific game. He's had a horrific preseason so far. But I've never cared about Rodriguez. James Ward-Prowse. The business looks worse and worse as the days go by. It's been 3 years since you scored a free kick, apparently. Your time is up. Your time is up, my friend. And I don't... Just play the youth in midfield. Keep the experience in Paquetá and Souček, and everyone else needs to go. Areola, as well, looking like a Chinese lesbian. It is time to pack your bags. You cannot have 4 different trims and give away 2 goals. You can't have 4 different trims in pre-season. You have changed your trim. So you've been bald, you've had curly hair, you've had straight Asian woman hair. Time to stop. Stop. Get me Hermansen, for the love of God. Get me Hermansen. How many times are we going to have to delay a fucking bid for Hermansen? It is tiring. Preston Fearon. I was very impressed. Very, very impressed with the ability to combine with players like Paquetá and Potts. The ability to try and make things happen all the time, constantly on the ball. Drive with the ball. Be technically gifted enough to try and get past players. None of us have ever hyped him up. But he's shown that we don't know if he's good enough yet. We've got 2 more summer series games, so hopefully we can see more of him. But he's got more of a chance of succeeding at this club than the senior midfielders do. And that's the truth. Ollie Scholes came on more in a back 3 role and played well. Max Kilman needs to fix up. Because we're not buying a centre-back anytime soon. Mavropanos didn't really have to do much when he came on. If I see the same substitution of Todibo coming off for Mavropanos next season, that specific substitution is going to make me potter out quite easily, quite quickly. That substitution, there's no reason to keep bringing off a centre-back front of us. I know it's not a Premier League game, but this was the same pattern as last season. We're in pre-season. Todibo can play 90 minutes now. Let's not take the piss. He can play 90 minutes. He can. If you're going to play a back 3, especially in possession, Wan-Bissaka has to be in the back. He is good going forward. He is good in possession, but it's not his game to cross the ball. Get a winger down there that's actually good 1v1, because he's not a winger. And that's nothing against Wan-Bissaka, but we know what your abilities are. If, for example, if we had a back 3 in possession of Wan-Bissaka, Todibo, and Kilman, we'd be a lot better defensively, a lot better defending counter-attacks and wide areas, but also a lot better in possession. Because when we are being countered, they're taking on Wan-Bissaka. We know what happens when people take on Wan-Bissaka. They fail. And they give up taking people on 1v1. That's the truth. That's the truth of it. And to be quite honest with you, if this doesn't change quick enough, when you have options already, even though you're not getting back to the transfer window, we're going to have some problems. Because the coaching's not that bad. You're just picking the wrong players. I actually don't mind the coaching in itself, but it makes it really annoying when you've nearly got something working and you have options, but you don't want to use them. The problem is with a lot of these managers nowadays as well, is that when we talk about giving the youth a chance, a lot of these modern day managers would actually rather go with the experienced players, because it's better the thing you know, the thing you don't know. I don't remember exactly what the phrase is, but that's the basis of what they're specifically going on. And the problem is these managers would rather play experience, even though they promise to lower the age of the squad and play youth players. You have Rice at home. Not Declan Rice, but you have Rice at home. Just go and play the youth. Play them. I would rather watch a midfielder Fearon, Potts and Orford than I would of Ward-Prowse, Souček, Rodriguez. And Orford didn't even play it yesterday. Paquetá, when he came on for Fulcrook, so we didn't get to see Callum Marshall. But he did well, because we were basically playing like a 3-5-1-1. Fulcrook was dropping deeper for Bowen. Paquetá was taking that role and played that role a lot better because he could drop deep as well. I think Fulcrook's look really mobile. Really, really mobile. I've been really impressed, but that doesn't mean he doesn't need help. We need better. And I'm sorry, at best you're going to see with this team specifically, if West Ham were to do well with this squad, is 12th. I'd be very concerned already. I still think we're going to get relegated. And that's the truth. If we play like that, we're going to get relegated. I don't see the hype with Manchester United. I really don't see the hype. We gave them the ball twice. Areola literally gave them 2 goals. I wasn't really that impressed with their press either. I didn't think it was that intense. I just thought West Ham can't play through it because our midfielders are genuinely shit. And Man United fans will feel the wrath of that when they actually play a competent opponent. I just think it was two teams playing 5 in the back. and doing utterly shit with it. And this 5 at the back nonsense needs to stop. Especially when you've got 5 at the back with 5 defenders doesn't work. Not in possession when you're trying to play possession-based football. So play a winger at wing back for the love of God, and then we can see our team do better. That's the truth. I want to see Walker Peters next game. I want to see Marshall next game. I want to see Orford if he's fit. I want to see more Guilherme. I want to see more Skulls. I want to see more Fearon, more Potts. I don't want to. Rodriguez shouldn't be playing a game for West Ham United after that. Ward-Prowse shouldn't be playing a game for West Ham United after that. The actual struggle to pass the ball forward was genuinely alarming in itself. But that is me. That is what I took from the game, and that's what I learned from the game. But big up to Preston, Fearon, probably our best player on the pitch. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe to your new social media. So in the description, if you want to follow me, and email for the inquiries. I'll see you guys later. Take care.